Hello everyone, my name is Aarti and you're watching HW News. At this moment, a major breaking news is coming in from the state of Bihar where the Mahagathbandhan 2.0 is no longer a possibility. It is very much happening in the state of Bihar. Yes, that's right. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has resigned. He has met Governor of Bihar Fagu Singh Chauhan shortly before the scheduled time that he was given, that is 4 p.m. At about 3:30 p.m., he left his house and he went to the governor's residence, that is the Raj Bhavan in Bihar, at around 3:43 p.m., and he handed over his resignation as the chief minister of Bihar to the governor Fagu Singh Chauhan. Now, after this decision, after handing over the resignation, what Nitish Kumar did was he straight away went to Rabri Devi's residence, which was few kilometers away from Raj Bhavan, and there he met Tejashwi Yadav. It was being said that he had already spoken to Tejashwi Yadav about the possibility of alliance between JDU and the RJD and a possibility of Mahagathbandhan 2.0. And today he went there, he met Tejashwi Yadav in person, and it is being also said that shortly both Tejashwi Yadav and Nitish Kumar will address the joint Mahagathbandhan MLAs, that is the MLAs of JDU, RJD, as well as the Congress and the left parties, all the constituent parties which are supporting Nitish Kumar as the next chief minister of the state. He has resigned as the chief minister of the state while being in alliance with the BJP, and it is very much clear that he has left the alliance with Bharatiya Janata Party, leaving the Saffron Party quite stunned. The Bharatiya Janata Party, on its part, was thinking that it might be Nitish Kumar's tactic to apply pressure on the central government, to apply pressure on the Bharatiya Janata Party. But in fact, Nitish Kumar has done a sort of Khela with the BJP in Bihar, and now he has resigned as a chief minister. But how long this resignation will last, that is a question, because shortly Tejasvi Yadav is also set to meet the governor and express support to Nitish Kumar as the Mahagathbandhan chief minister of the state. We are joined by our correspondent in Bihar, Hamza. Hamza will shortly also join us, but let me quickly give you as to what happened throughout the day. Since morning, there were rumors that today Nitish Kumar will finally break his alliance with the Bharatiya Janata Party. Today is when the Janata Dal United had called for a meeting of its MPs and MLAs. Hamza is with us. Hamza has joined us from Bihar. Hamza, can you hear us? हमजा हमारी आवाज आप तक पहुंच रही है? I guess there has been some audio issue. We will connect with Hamza in a short while. But till then, let me tell you what exactly happened since morning. As I said, the JDU MLAs were in a meeting with JDU Chief JDU President Nitish Kumar. Nitish Kumar had called for meeting of all the MPs and MLAs in the state, MPs also of the JDU. And in this particular meeting, according to sources, Nitish Kumar said that BJP is trying to finish off the JDU in the state and it is constantly insulting JDU in the state. That is what Nitish Kumar said in the meeting. Now, not only JDU but also other parties, including RJD, including Hindustani Awam Morcha of Jitan Ram Manji, even the BJP and the Congress party and the left parties, all the other parties in Bihar also went into a sort of meeting mode, and they conducted a meeting of their own MPs, MLAs, and leaders today to discuss the situation that was brewing in Bihar. RJD also had a meeting with its own MLAs and MPs, and it was reportedly said that they had also asked all the MPs and MLAs and leaders who are attending the meeting to keep their phone out so as to not leak any information, any discussion that is going on within the party leaders, within the party office. Now, that is what happened in the RJD camp. On the other hand, it is also being said that Nitish Kumar, before taking this decision, he also spoke to Congress leader Sonia Gandhi, Congress President Sonia Gandhi, and he also spoke to Tejaswi Yadav, leader of opposition in Bihar. And practically, the person, the leader who is running RJD now, because Lalu Yadav is not well. And since Lalu Prasad Yadav is not well, he is now in Delhi in AIMS. So Tejaswi Yadav is the one who is taking decision for his party now in Bihar. Meanwhile, celebrations are going on outside the Rabri Devi's residence and also outside the party office of RJD. Nitish Kumar supporters are also very happy that Mahagathbandhan 2.0 is very much becoming a possibility. In this new alliance, however, who will get which role is something that is a big question mark. There are reports that say that Nitish Kumar will become once again the chief minister of the state. On the other hand, the RJD will get home ministry portfolio. In fact, Tejaswi Yadav has demanded home portfolio for the RJD. On the other hand, Congress has also demanded the position of speaker in the assembly. Currently, BJP is the speaker in the assembly, and 16 of its MLAs are also minister in the Nitish Kumar cabinet. But since Nitish Kumar has resigned as the chief minister of the state, the entire cabinet is also practically dissolved. So the entire cabinet is dissolved. There is no chief minister to the state. Now, what remains to be seen is what decision Tejaswi Yadav takes, when Tejaswi Yadav will go to meet governor of the state, and when he will express support to form a new government that is headed by Nitish Kumar once again, but as a Mahagathbandhan chief minister. Let me tell you, but even after this happens, there are possibilities that the governor may ask them to prove their majority. There might be a floor test in the assembly, and what happens if the floor test happens then is something that we need to also look at, because currently the numbers look in very much in favor of Mahagathbandhan 2.0. If we look at the 2020 assembly election, the last assembly election, which was very tightly contested, there are 243 seats in Bihar assembly, out of which NDA had won total 125. Magic figure here is 122, and just 3 seats more than the magic figure. This is what the NDA had in 2020. Among it, BJP has 74 seats. Janata Dal United of Nitish Kumar had 45 seats. Vikasanshil Insan Party 4 seats. Hindustani Awam Party 4 seats, and that tally together put NDA ahead of the Mahagathbandhan in 2020. On the other hand, RJD and its alliance partners in 2022 together had 110 seats with them, in which RJD was the single largest party with 75 seats. Later on, AIMIM's 4 members of Legislative Assembly, out of total 5 of them, had joined RJD, so that made their number to 79. Congress party had won 19 seats, left parties have 16 seats. On the other hand, Chirag Paswan's Lok Janshakti party has only 1 seat in Bihar assembly election. Now, if we look at all these figures, if we put together all these figures plus the JDU's 45 members, then the total tally comes to 160, and that is more than enough for the Mahagathbandhan 2.0 to form a government in Bihar. Now, what is next? That we have to see what exactly will happen next, because Nitish Kumar has resigned. Now all eyes are on Tejaswi Yadav. When will he go to governor and express support for Nitish Kumar to form the government, Mahagathbandhan government in the state? That we have to see. Meanwhile, Nitish Kumar is at Tejaswi Yadav's Rabdi Devi's residence, where he is meeting Tejaswi Yadav. It is also being said that Nitish Kumar might go to Delhi to meet Sonia Gandhi, Congress president, as well as Rahul Gandhi, and seek their support. There are also speculations doing round that Nitish Kumar is trying to send a sort of message to the BJP, and Nitish Kumar was in fact not happy that BJP is trying to end the regional parties. In fact, a statement of BJP President JP Nadda had also gone viral, in which he spoke about how BJP is the only party that will remain in the future, and there will be no regional parties in India anymore. And after what happened in Maharashtra, after what happened to Uddhav Thackeray, it seems like Nitish Kumar sort of listened to his antaratma ki awaaz, and Nitish Kumar finally decided to break his alliance with the BJP. However, a very interesting fact is that in the last 8 years, this is the third resignation that Nitish Kumar has tendered as chief minister. He has also changed his alliances twice in the last 8 years. That is something we have to talk about Nitish Kumar, because despite changing alliances, despite resigning as chief minister 3 times, he came back every time. So what happens next? Once again, Nitish Kumar will take oath as chief minister, but before that, Tejashwi Yadav has to go to governor and meet him and express support for this next government. Well, do let us know what you think about this in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in.